Hello, this is Mingo Chen, and I'm going to go over the Excel assignment with you. And you will go to Canvas. Under Assignment, you will find this Excel assignments. And basically, there are two documents. One is the assignment 3's problem set, describe what needs to be done. And the second one is the Excel file that you need to work on. So you should download these two documents, and you can click right mouse button and basically save link as example to download the document. Okay, same thing for the problem set. You can certainly just double click, sometimes that will work as well. So let's look at the problem set. And here it describes what needs to be done in terms of how you should rename your Excel file according to the naming convention. For instance, you should change this file name into your own last name and first name before your submission. Okay? And let's look at Excel document. Excel document come with four worksheet, okay, just like here. And you should start with the original data worksheet. When you load it, it may start with scenario question, but you should start with here. So basically, you need to work through this four questions or task that completed and submitted. The yellow area in this case are places that you may need to enter some data or formula. The blue area, including this one, are the one that you shouldn't touch. That's the area that I will actually enter my grade for this task, and this total will be the total points you're getting for this assignment, which will be 10 points at most. And if you look at the problem set, basically you need to first come up with the target unit sold for 2009. And in this case, you would do something like this. And according to the description, the target unit sold by estimation is really a 10% increase over the previous year's sales in terms of number of units. So you're going to come here, equal plus sign, pick previous year's sale, and then times 1 plus 1, and let me adjust this a little bit, 1 plus this 10%. Okay? And you may want to do something like use function key 4 or just add $sign to fix this cell to be so-called using absolute address. And once you have done that, you can drag and drop or repeat that. Drag and drop basically means you're copy and paste the formula. And now we'll always refer to this percentage here, 10% here. However, the better way to refer to the cell is actually name it. For instance, here that's D3, that's by column and row. I'm going to enter name, no space, no special character, just percentage of increase, referring to this particular cell. So now you see that's percentage of increase. And over here, instead of refer to the cell like D3 with $sign to make it as an absolute address reference, we can just say percentage of increase. It prompts you with this one. So that will have the same effect, but now the formula is much more readable because we know what this is for. Okay, it's percentage of increase. And so we've done that, and we can repeat that. You can just say copy and paste it. Use paste. Control in Windows it's Control C and Control V for copy and paste. And once you have done that, then you can calculate basically the cost of goods, which will be, in this case, will be the target unit sold times the unit cost will be the cost of goods sold. And for the revenue, you need to times the target unit sold for 2009 and multiply the unit price. So we can certainly do that. And once you have done that, you need to, if you need to calculate the total revenue, and you can add this up. And if you want to calculate the total cost of goods sold, then you would do this. Okay. So in this case, you would do all of this easily, and revenue minus total cost of goods. Total revenue minus total cost of goods will be the gross profit. For all the sale from this point down, you actually need to name the sale. For instance, D2, you need to just call it like total revenue for, let's say 2009. Okay. And then here you will say total cost of goods 2009. One word, no space whatsoever. And when you need to calculate the gross profit, then you would say something like total cost of goods 2009 minus this particular sale. Okay, if you name it, you would call it total cost of goods on 2009. So your formula would be much more readable. And so remember to name all the sales over here. And in the formula, starting from gross profit and down, all the formulas should refer to those sale name that you have named before. And once again, for this total revenue and total cost of goods, use total revenue 2009 and total revenue total cost of goods 2009 for its name. Okay, so I'm not going to complete this for you, but you should follow the instruction and finish this. And once you have that, and we can, let me just for the sake of the next task, I need to have a little bit of dummy data. I'm going to do this. Why don't I do it very quickly? Okay, the real data. So total unit of goods times, that's the revenue, would be the price. So I will have this drag and drop, cost of goods, which will be total units sold, times unit cost. So that will be the total the revenue for product A, the cost of goods for product A for 2009. Let's come and look at the business graph. Here, remember, we want the profit, and we don't have profit actually from the previous worksheet. We only have revenue and total cost of goods. But if you do the following, you can say equal, I'll use a plus sign. If you switch over, you can say this revenue for product A minus cost of goods for product A. Then you're actually calculating the profit in dollar amount. Okay. Let's see, if we're lucky, this actually would go down this three products informations. And for instance, G7 and H7 and G8 should be for the product A's total revenue, and this is product B's total cost of goods, etc. So that actually give us the right information. Okay, don't enter the data by itself. It's going to count against your points here. And then you need to actually insert chart. The trick is actually highlight not just the number but also the label, and then you go to insert and then you pick the right kind of chart. For instance, a 3D pie chart whatsoever, then you do something like this. Okay, and I'll let you figure out how to format it properly. But basically, we're almost there. You can change the chart title so it's more appropriate, and also there are additional formatting instruction in terms of how to show the percentage for each of the piece of pie. Okay, and in another demonstrations in the tutorial video that you see will tell you a little bit more of that in terms of how to show the percentage. Okay, and there are certain format, plot area, etc., and you will need to find a place that you can force the system to show the percentage for each of the product. Okay, I'm not going to finish that. I'm going to let you work on it yourself. Watch the demo video, which will show how to do that in detail. And the third task is goal seeking. Goal seeking is that we want to figure out, answer the two questions. I'm going to work on the first one for you. And here we say, what would be the target unit sold for product A to achieve 150,000 total gross profit? First of all, this spreadsheet actually calculates the total gross profit. Okay, and so our question is that we want this total gross profit, which is our goal, to be this number, to be 150,000. But in order to reach that goal, we can certainly change a lot of parameters like total units sold or raise our price and etc. But here the system asks you what will be the change to the total unit sold for product A. So which will be the total unit sold for the product A. Okay, if I want this to be a specific number, 150,000, how many unit I have to sell instead of 3,000 as we have here. So basically I would do this. Okay, I will highlight this cell here. And I will go to data, and I'm going to say what if. Okay, follow this data, what if, analysis, and goal seek. Okay, so data and goal seek. Okay, and in this case, D3 is really not what we want. I should be here. That's the cell which we want to set it as a goal that we want to reach. Okay. Sorry, let me back up. That's not the one. Okay. This is the one, total gross profit, that we want to set to 150,000. Okay, this is where I want you to, where I'm showing a cursor here. Eventually, you need to write your answer here, but we need to first calculate your answer at this cell called total gross profit here. So by changing cell means I want to change the total unit target sold for product A. So that's the changing cell. Set cell, changing cell. Understand this two terms. Set the goal. which is for the set cell. Changing cell is which dependent variable or parameter which can make this change happen. So I'm going to say OK. I'm going to confirm that. So that is the goal which has been reached, and we find out that the target unit sold is 6,640. You need to write that number down here. Okay. And you need to do the same thing to answer this second goal seeking, which has a different goal, which is 200,000. So you need to use goal seeking again, and this will be changed to 2,000, and this number will change accordingly when you use the goal seeking. You need to copy that information and put it down here in this yellow region, the second cell in this yellow region. And you're done with this goal seeking task. Let me move on to the next and the final task, which is scenario question. The two part. One is you need to set a scenario using scenario manager. Okay, under what if analysis, data what if analysis, and use scenario manager. And also there are two questions you need to answer, which if you scroll down, you're going to see two questions here. And let me first demonstrate a little bit how to use scenario manager. Allow me to come back here to the Word document of the problem set. You're going to set 4 scenarios listed here, okay? And we're changing the price for the 3 products, okay, from 50, 45, 32. And there are 3 other pricing mix. And for each one, this is important, so listen carefully. We're actually increase, for instance, this pricing mix 2 is increase the product A's price by $5, keep others the same. Mixing 3, price mixing 3, we're changing the product B by $5, okay, from 45 to 50, and keep others the same comparing to the pricing mix 1. The last one is changing the pricing for product C by $5 and keep others the same. Okay, so here that's the pattern. Okay, remember this pattern. We have a baseline, pricing mix 1, and 2 and 3 and 4 each were increasing just the product A by $5, and then by product B by $5 and product C by $5. Got it? That is important for you to answer the one of the 2 questions later. Okay. And with this information, so I have 50, 45, and 32. So it's right here. Okay. And we have 50, 45, 32. 50, 45, 32 is right here. That's the baseline. So let's do this. I'm going to go to Data, What If Analysis, Scenario Manager. I need to add a scenario. I can just say Product Mix 1 or Scenario 1. Just give it a meaningful name. Okay. Let me just call it Scenario 1. And we have something called changing sale. In this case, we're changing the unit price. So there's 3 of them. You can just highlight the whole region. Okay. And I can just say OK. So the baseline, this is the baseline, so I'm going to keep it. So that's my scenario 1. That's the original pricing. I can add another one. Scenario 2. The changing sale is the same, so I can say OK. In this case, I'm increasing product A by $5, so it's 55. So I'm OK. And you can do the same thing for the 2 other scenarios and finish that. And eventually, you need to use the summary okay, to generate the scenario summary. Okay, make sure you finish the other two scenario, add scenario 3 and 4 accordingly, and then you will do the summary. Okay, the result cell. Okay, the result cell, let's look at here. Okay, we want to actually, for you to include result cell to include total gross profit and total revenue. And in this case, let me switch back. Okay. Let me cancel this for now. I need to get back my Excel. Okay. So the total revenue and total cost of goods sold is right here. So I would come back once again. The two results cell, total revenue and total gross profit. Okay, these two things are the result cell. Okay, once again, the result cell include total gross profit and total revenue, which we're referring to those two. I'm going to say OK. Let me switch back. The system actually generate a new worksheet which actually has something like this. Okay, and since I only entered two scenarios, so there's only two listed here. They should have two more here if you complete your scenario management setup. And one thing I think you should try to fix it is this changing cell that looks not very readable. So in order to do that, I'm going to show you just a little bit. I'm going to delete the scenario management. Don't worry, I can easily regenerate that. For instance, this is total revenue. If you just say total revenue, okay. Remember to hit enter when you enter a name. If you just click away, that name that you enter is not going to be safe. Okay, now you know it is safe. Okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure. That's total revenue. Okay, and this is total gross profit. By the way, you may have used this name in a previous worksheet. In this case, you need to differentiate that from this one, otherwise the system get confused. Sometimes you may say total gross profit for scenario manager. You just add it, use 1 or 2, whatever, to make a difference. I think we're okay. I'm going to hit enter. So that is actually total gross profit. Okay. So I've done that, and you should actually name this unit price and just call it product A's price, product B's price, whatever. Make it looks nice. I'm not going to do that, but let me just do one. I'm going to say this is, remember, no space, no special character. Maybe I can do underscore, make it more readable. Hit enter. You do the same thing for product pricing for product B and C right here. So I'm done with that partially. I'm come back to the scenario manager. Finish all 4 scenario. I can do scenario summary. It's this 2 result set. I'm going to say OK. You see, that's much more readable, right? And then result set has the right label. And then I think there's another one, which means you need to circle one of the scenario and find out which one is more profitable. In this case, the scenario 2 is the most profitable one. So according to the requirement, you need to actually circle it with you need to circle it and highlight it. And let's see, where can I find the, it's not the pictures. Oh, it's right here. I can use something like this. For instance, I can kind of highlight this. There's a different way you can do this, but I'm going to just quickly, in this case, shape field is maybe no field, so I can highlight this and pretty much over here, I can type something just right here and just say, this is the most profitable one, etc. Okay? And I do have video on goal seeking scenario management, which would go through something similar to this, not exactly this assignment. Here I'm actually using the assignments worksheet to help you to get started. Hopefully that helped. So this should be a much easier assignment compared to the database assignment. And once you have done it, make sure you save it, and then you can go to Canvas to submit it. Here, if you go to submit assignment and you're allowed to actually attach, you can choose your file and then eventually upload it and submit it, and you're pretty much done with this assignment. So that's pretty much it. Thank you and good luck.